It's time to brighten your Disney day with another episode of the Castle to Castle podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Castle to Castle podcast, where we're here to brighten your Disney day. You're on with Emily.
And Ron.
And Jennifer.
And today, instead of a new segment, we're going to jump right into a fun surprise segment because we have our D23 Gold membership box that we just got.
Yes.
So as you guys know, that we are all three headed to D23 convention. We leave in 5 days.
So excited. Actually, by the time this records, we leave tomorrow. So
yes.
Holy crap.
Even better.
now when you're watching this, we will be leaving like next day.
We'll be up at the crack ass of dawn.
There you
Heck
go.
yeah.
But anyways, so none of us had gold membership, but we figured for the convention we should upgrade to the gold membership.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Okay, 2 out of
I
the
have
3
been
of
a gold
us.
member for years.
2 out of the 3 of us did not have a gold membership before the convention.
Yep, now I do.
So
we do.
now we figured we'd give you guys a look at what gold membership looks like.
Well, yeah, when you join gold membership, they send you a welcome kit every year, and this was this year's. It's a nice collector's box. And honestly, this has been one of the better gifts I think we've gotten in the last couple of years.
Although you did get that statue.
Well, yeah, we did
Mickey
get the...
was pretty cool
We
last
did get the
year.
statue. I like the statue. But like 2 years ago, it was a lunchbox and some pins. And like, while it was cute, it really wasn't like, oh my God.
Wasn't a wow factor.
Yeah, but now you're getting this giant box, and there's all kinds of goodies inside this box.
Magic.
So I'm kind of excited. So you get 2 different figurines. There's a thing of playing cards in here, and then you get some pins.
Ooh.
And what's fun is in the top of the box,
We know RJ loves a good pin.
it's a little hard to see here, but it kind of shows you the different silhouettes of the figurines you can get. You can either get a Maleficent, a Genie, a Merlin the Magician, or a Mama Odie. And then for the pins, they have like different things like Triton's Hook, Madame Leota, the Cusco Poison, the lamp from Aladdin, the Black Flame Candle from Hocus Pocus, Maui's Hook, or Coco's Guitar. So there's like all kinds of different things we can get in here, and you get 2 figurines. There's 2 pins, I believe, and then the playing cards. So we're gonna open up and see what my kit came with. Pins or figurines first? What are we doing?
Figurines.
All right.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Then let's do figurines. So here's what we'll do.
If you get Maleficent, I'm taking it.
And see, look, it looks like a giant book, which is really cool. Jen, you want to open up a figurine and see what we got here?
So this is the one that everybody got. I got this box too. And
Yeah, the
so
one
I got
figurine
this.
everybody gets. It's it's a Sorcerer Mickey, which is kind of cool, but still a really cool figurine. Ooh, here, and take it out of
This is the mystery one.
Take it out of our plug, because I'm gonna put it up. We'll put it up on our shelf. We have new figurines to add to the other Mickey.
Yay.
That's actually really
Look.
cute.
This is a very good one. Now, I read they talked about that they put some type of oil or something on here to like protect something with packaging, and they're like, oh, make sure you wipe it off because you can see something on there.
Huh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know that's random, but that's something that they talked about with the packaging. So here we got Mickey.
Ooh. All right, Emily. Now this one would be our mystery one. Super cute. This is the mystery one. It's either Merlin, Maleficent,
It's
Genie,
a
or Mama
mystery
Odie.
box.
I'm hoping for Genie.
You would.
I do. I would really hope for... I really want Genie.
What do we get? What do we get? What do we get?
Drum roll.
It's not Genie.
Don't knock over the shelf either.
It's not Genie.
Give you a little bit of a drum roll.
Merlin.
Oh. I mean, that's still cool, but
He goes, aw. That's okay. Nobody wanted Merlin.
So anyone out
I
there...
wanted Merlin. I got Mama Odie.
Oh.
You wanted
Well, anyone out there that has a Genie
I was like,
that
let's
wants
swap,
a Merlin,
and he's like, no.
let me know. Ooh. So we got Merlin and we got Sorcerer Mickey.
Gotta do a close-up shot.
All I can think of is the Magic Happens parade when Merlin does that funny
Magic
dance.
happens.
I cannot wait to see that in person so badly.
Let's see what our pins are.
Pins.
What is everybody hoping for before I open them? Remember, it's the...
Genie's lamp
Okay.
and Maui's hook.
I would really like to see a Cusco Poison.
I was
Cusco
just
poison.
Cusco's. What's the circle?
That is Madame Leota. It's hard to see because it's like a shadow.
Oh,
but
that
it's-
would be cool.
It is Madame Leota. All right, you
So
ready?
what'd you get?
I'll say Madame Leota.
What's
That would be
bad
a
is
cool
the
one.
boxes now are blocking the view.
Yeah. Well,
Ah,
yeah,
you're
well-
gonna kill Merlin.
Oh no!
He'll
All
take
right,
it.
here's. Oh, we got Triton's hook.
Ooh.
Cool.
I'll take this out of
I'll
the.
say I can go closer to the.
There's Triton's hook. That is a really skinny pin.
It's not Triton's hook. It's
Or Triton's
Triton.
King Triton's Triton. Sorry,
You said it twice. I was letting it slide the first time, and then you said it again.
Well, because I said it once, it was in my head. All right, here's the other one. What'd we get? Oh, we got Madame Leota. I'm assuming Jen did not get Madame Leota.
I believe I got Maui's hook. I haven't looked at it in like a couple weeks.
Wow, that thing is heavy.
Oh, this is nice.
You got that a couple weeks ago? Mine showed up yesterday. Well, all right. So they took their sweet time shipping me my thing. And now, last thing in here, we got a set of
Oh wow, that is
playing
heavier
cards.
than I expected.
That's
it
what
to
I'm
be.
These
saying.
are nice quality.
It's like a thick metal pin. Like, that's very nice.
Mickey now has the train. Yeah.
Oh, good. Mickey's got the Triton, and Madame Leota's backing up Merlin. We got magic flying over the place here.
Magic happens.
Man, these playing cards do not want to. There they go. Like, they do not.
That's
wanna
funny that
open
you
up.
got yours yesterday.
Yeah,
I've had mine for weeks.
Nope, literally got mine yesterday. That's why I say to us, like, oh, it's perfect timing. We'll open it up on the podcast.
I got the gold membership 5 days ago, so my box hasn't even shipped yet.
Did you get your card in the mail?
Oh,
Not
look
yet.
at that. They're like different characters as on the cards.
Oh.
But of course, it had to be plastic wrapped inside a plastic wrapped box. Why would it not be?
Because I know I have to remember to pack my gold membership card.
Yeah.
To like show proof.
Yeah, don't
of
get all the way
membership.
out there.
Yeah, I hope mine gets there.
Well, there's
Well,
a digital card
because
too.
I have the digital one.
Yeah.
But I hope the physical card gets here in time. That'd be nice. But I don't know.
Yeah, they sent me everything just yesterday. So, and I renewed mine like months ago. Oh, so each card. Oh,
That part I didn't understand. Like basically,
So-
it's like the
yeah. So it's like the
queen.
the face cards. Like the ace is Tinkerbell, but then the rest of the cards are just like regular blank cards, just kind of lame. And then
looks like it's a small world.
and then like so here is the first set. Here is the Jack of Spades. Is Jiminy Cricket. This one is Ursula, but if you flip it upside down, it's when she's Vanessa. So it's getting like a double thing.
Nice.
Here is Jack Skellington and the pumpkin from Halloween Town.
What?
As like a double.
It's probably the
And then the ace is the fairy godmother.
That's a cool
And then
That's a
let's see.
rare reference.
This set
That
is Lumiere and Cogsworth. And two versions of the Queen of Hearts.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
Oh, that one is cool. So it's Mufasa, but it's Mufasa alive and Mufasa dead.
Hey, Mufasa in the stars.
Fine, Mufasa in the stars after he's dead. And then the blue fairy makes an appearance.
Ooh.
So that's kind of cool. This I wish all of the cards had
Oh,
characters.
there's more.
And this is
So there's no repeats.
oh god, what is the dog from?
But isn't that Black Cauldron?
I was just gonna say I can't
but
think of
I
his
don't know
name.
the
but
I don't
it's
know the
Black-
name.
Black Cauldron.
I
Oh,
think altogether.
okay. So here's the Evil Queen as Evil Queen, and then as the old hag, and then there's Hades, cool, and Hades, angry. And of course,
Did
he's
you
a king.
guys see that they added Hades as a meet and greet to the Oogie Boogie Bash?
Yes, they're adding him in the Oogie Boogie, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
You cut me off, jerk.
I was kind of excited for that.
I'm more excited for Doofenshmirtz than Hades.
You took Hades, I took Doofenshmirtz. We're even.
We're not gonna get.
Oh, look at this one. It's Mushu, and then when he's the silhouette character trying to scare Mulan, it's like
That's
double
cool.
Mushu.
See, I like looked through a couple and I just kept thinking it was gonna be repeats. So I didn't go through the whole stack of cards. I should have done that.
Here's Elsa from Frozen 1 and Elsa Frozen 2.
Oh, that is so cool.
That's creative.
Jafar, and Jafar is a snake.
Very cool.
And the last one is Kakamora.
Nice.
What?
Kakamora.
All right.
So this is really cool, actually. I think they gave us a lot of cool
Did you
stuff.
talk
Like,
did you show these?
Yeah. Oh, Cheshire Cat is Joker on the other side, and the little star thing from Wish is in here
Nice.
too. I can't think of what the little thing.
Just say it's a star
His
from
name is
Wish.
Star, guys.
Oh, all right. So it's
His
Star.
name is Star.
I will admit, I watched Wish once. Wasn't overly like. Oh my
I haven't-
god!
I haven't
and
watched
I
it
really
yet.
haven't. Yeah.
You never.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's
no.
not the best.
Yeah. See.
That's
But-
probably why. I'm like,
Everybody
I'm
over
waiting
here.
till like there's literally nothing to watch, or I'm like bored to death. I'm like, I'll try
You
it.
watch
out.
it on the plane. You got nothing better to do.
That's true, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna want to watch something more worthwhile, probably.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is a D23 Gold member merchandise welcome kit. You get 2 different figurines. You get a set of playing cards, a couple of pins. Honestly, I think this is one of the best kits we've gotten in years. Doing this a couple of years, like I love the pin collecting, but to get the figurines and to get the pins too. I mean, the playing cards are fun, but I could have lived without those. But I'm really excited with the figurines. So that's really all we got for today on the news segment here. We're kind of talking about this, so we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with today's Disney game that Jen will be trying to stump me and Emily with. So stay tuned.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Castle Podcast. We are now here for our Disney game segment.
Ooh, let's go.
So I won last time, so I came up with the game. So it is called the ABCs of Disney Parks. These two are going to volley back and forth going through the alphabet, naming off anything within the Disney parks that begins with the letter that, you know, so like B, you'd have to say something with the letter B that has to deal with the Disney parks. It could be food, souvenirs, rides, fireworks shows, any of that type of stuff. If somebody gets stumped, I will set a 10-second timer. If they break the volley, the other person gets the point. So if Emily breaks the volley, RJ gets the point. Then vice versa.
Sounds
If
easy enough.
RJ breaks it, then Emily gets the point. And we're going to go up to 10 points. So once we reach Z, we're going to start back at the letter A.
And no repeats.
And
All
yeah,
right.
we're going to try our best.
All right. And I don't think and no characters, right?
Yeah,
like it's
no
got to be park
characters.
related. All right. Park related minus characters.
Because we just know what's going to happen. If we start naming characters,
It's
then it's
just
going to
gonna
be
be-
like, you're going to go through the alphabet of only characters, and you're going to get just stuck on it.
All right. Well, Emily, I will allow you to kick it off, and you can take the first one.
I don't want to go first.
All right. All right.
I'm good. Okay.
Oh, I was like, I'll do it. I don't care. I was trying to be nice. Whatever.
Do I just start or do I
And-
just start a timer?
Aren't we just
Only
starting
when
a
we get
timer? If we get
stumped.
stumped, you get
Sorry,
10
sorry,
seconds.
My mistake. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Aladdin's Magic Carpets,
Be our guest.
Timer.
Castle Dinner, Cinderella's Royal Table.
Yep.
Also a C. But
Dumbo Flying Elephant.
what's next? E. I can't do the alphabet like that. E is
Timer.
Timer.
oh no. Epcot.
Yes.
Festival of Fantasy.
Timer.
Um,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go!
RJ gets the
what would
point.
you have said for G?
For G,
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Don't say it. We gotta.
Yeah, we got another
No,
round.
because then if we
Yeah,
go
yeah,
back
yeah.
to G, then they're gonna. Okay.
Our audience is
G,
trying to
H.
answer.
You're starting with H.
Hot dog.
Diggity dog.
Hot dog.
H I
I is the Incredicoaster.
Ooh.
J.
Jambalaya.
Kilimanjaro Safari.
L. Timer.
Ooh. Luigi's.
Yes.
Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Not So Scary Halloween Party.
O. Timer. Four, 3, 2, 1.
God bless it.
RJ gets the point.
This is not
O.
for me.
So are we picking up from
No,
O to
you
go to
skip
P?
O.
Go to
Yeah.
P.
Plaza Restaurant.
Q. Timer.
Queen of Hearts Castle. In Paris.
Ratatouille.
That's a
S.
movie.
The ride.
Remy's Adventure. Remy's Ratatouille. That's a ride.
S. Timer. Three, two, one.
I
RJ.
can't think like this.
T.
Tusker House.
U. Timer.
You are way overthinking this. I've had one for almost every one of yours.
Food, souvenirs, rides,
The
anything.
G caught me, but the rest.
Timer. RJ is 4-0.
All right, so I'm on U.
Wait, RST.
I had you.
You had U, so I switched to V.
V.
Villains.
Timer. Villain what?
I know. That's why I was like, that's two.
I have a good one for V.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
No, I don't have a V.
Emily gets the point this time.
Mm-hmm.
VW. Timer.
What? Oh no, that's Mr. Toad's first.
2, 1. RJ gets the point. 5-1.
I was gonna say Wild Ride, but it's
W.
Mr. Toad's one.
Yeah. X.
X.
Is there even an X?
Timer. 4, 3,
X-ray
2,
specs.
1. Do they sell X-ray specs?
No.
No. That was- no.
Emily gets the point.
Couldn't think of an X.
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
I get Z.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Timer.
Zimbabwe.
I would say Zimbabwe.
What?
Yeah.
Zazu. Zimbabwe. I don't know why that's
2,
stuck in my head.
1. Timer. Emily gets the point. Now back to A.
Back to A. Back to Emily on A.
A.
Huh.
Arendelle.
B.
And I said be our guest, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say it again.
Timer. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know why I'm like.
Emily gets the point.
Crystal Palace.
C. D.
Dapper Dan's.
E. Timer.
Expedition Everest.
F.
Phantasmic.
G.
Oh crap! I G last time. Games? Can I just say generic games? Does that count?
To what definition?
Okay, never mind.
It's like saying villains.
Timer. Four, 3.
Gabby dolls.
Two.
They sell those.
Sure, yes. H.
Hooded sweatshirts.
I.
Ice cream.
J.
Jumpsuits.
Sure.
Jumpers. They sell those in the
Yeah.
gift shops.
J. K. Timer. Four, 3, 2,
Kale.
1. Does
Kale?
that count?
No.
I don't think so. I think it was just a
6
food,
to
but
4. 6 to 4.
I can't think of any other K word.
K. L.
So I'm on L.
Timer.
Line cues.
Sure. That's a thing with Disney. L
Mickey
M
Mouse.
M. So M N.
And I said not so scary. Nighttime Spectacular.
Sure. N O. Timer. Three,
Oh,
two,
Avengers.
1.
Did you say Ollivanders? Wrong. Everything.
7 to 4. So that was what letter?
That was. I'm on P.
Oh, P.
Pins.
Pins. Q.
Queen of Hearts t-shirt.
Sure.
All right.
'Cause I don't know. I feel like it's a specific merch.
Yeah. No,
Q,
I'm there.
R.
I'm there. Runaway Railway.
S.
Smuggler's Run.
T.
T.
Timer.
No, that's an S. That doesn't work. I can hear
3,
you mumbling something.
1.
No, I can't think of a T. I don't know why.
Emily gets the point.
I just got stumped on T.
7 to 5.
Damn.
That's T. R, S, T. U.
Underwear.
Sure.
They sell that.
V.
Vitamins. They sell
They
it.
do in the gift shop probably somewhere. Vitamins, UV.
Vicodin. We get some good stuff getting
W.
sold.
W.
Watches.
Sure. X.
I legitimately still cannot think of an X.
I know.
Like,
Timer.
I really don't know what in the Disney parks starts with an X.
Emily gets the point. So now it's 6 to 7.
What's that?
A, B, C, Q, R. Wait, Q, R,
No, I was on
X.
X. So Y and Z.
Mhm. Y.
So I have Y.
Mhm. Timer.
Yondu.
And I have Z.
Yeah.
Zebras.
Z. Okay, good.
So
now it's
can I make a request now? Should we flip it? Because I have the same letters the last 2 rounds.
Keep having the same letters.
oh,
Right.
that's true. Yeah.
So just like kick it
So
back
think
and
of another A1.
Art of Animation.
Ooh.
B. Timer.
Be our guest.
Said it.
Or you said
Oh,
it.
Damn.
So with that,
Um.
2, 1. RJ gets the point. 8 to 6.
Woo! Let's go.
You are
B, A, B.
I know. I keep
C,
bumping this thing.
C,
Corn dogs.
D,
Diamonds.
E,
Eatery.
timer.
Eating.
Would that
That does not count.
I mean, you eat at Disney. That's a thing. Going to
You
food.
breathe at Disney too. I wouldn't give you breathe.
what do we do with that?
I bombed it. So get it.
Emily, so it's 7 to 8.
And I
E,
have
F,
Fantasia.
G,
The Great Movie Ride.
H,
Hocus Pocus Spectacular.
I,
Is it called
Timer.
the Hocus Pocus Spectacular?
Technically, it's the Hocus Pocus Nighttime Spectacular.
Oh, all right. See, I. Into the Woods. Was that my timer?
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Into the Woods is not Disney.
that
There's
is
a Disney
100% Disney.
It's on Disney Plus, but I don't
Is
know
it?
how Disney
They
it
all-
is. So.
I thought it was Fox and Disney just bought it.
No,
Be-
they own and produced
because-
it.
So that's a point for Emily then?
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's tied 8-8.
I guess so.
Oh no, now I'm starting to creep into each other's thing.
I don't know why you didn't make like a second row of 5, but
I don't know.
So, what letter do I have?
so I on I.
J.
Jungle Cruise.
Kilimanjaro Safari.
Already
We
said,
said
it.
that.
Oh. Kanga. She's in the Winnie the Pooh ride.
Okay.
Okay. I don't care at this point. I don't care.
L. Lumiere.
Because he's in the
What's he
Story
in?
Time with Belle and the Beauty and the Beast show.
I forgot about Storytime with Belle.
M
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
N timer.
Nightmare Before Christmas Spectacular. Nighttime spec.
There is no Nightmare Before Christmas Nighttime Spectacular.
It's I don't know what it's called. It's the Halloween party show with Jack Skellington.
That's,
Nightmare Before Christmas something. Or I'll say this.
no, it's the
Nightmare
Halloween.
Before Christmas Haunted Mansion overlay.
Okay.
I was just making Nightmare Before Christmas into a park thing.
Okay. So what am I on then? I'm on O.
O.
Ollivanders.
Yeah, Ollivanders.
Timer.
Olympics.
Stop it.
Sorry.
Now you got me thinking other things. I don't know.
2, 1. Emily gets the point. So that is 9-8.
Look at that. And I was doing so badly in the beginning.
9-8.
Well, unfortunately, it's because I got stuck with the bottom of the alphabet.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost every other point because I couldn't think of an X or a Z.
O, right?
Yes.
So P.
Fill her magic.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Q.
We've used like every Queen of Heart reference.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Timer.
Quesadillas.
That would work.
I'll give that to you. That's a hard word. So what
R.
R. Restaurants.
I think that kind of falls in the same as eating.
Okay.
Timer. Three, 2, 1. RJ gets the point, so it's tied 9-9.
For some reason, my head went to Hamilton and was like, rendezvous with Rochambeau.
R. S.
Saratoga Springs.
T. Timer.
Tarzan. Tarzan's treehouse. Sorry.
T. U. Timer.
Can't think of another U. It said umbrellas. U-boats.
3, 2, 1.
I can't think of another U.
Well, Emily won, so that's 10.
Yay!
Are we okay?
Because that's no point to go, I don't know, for above.
Yeah, no, that's
just
fine.
So Emily won the game, guys.
That was a close game, though. It was 9-10.
That was a hard game.
That was a close game.
It was harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's always like when those games
I'd
when
like
they're
to-
like under the gun, like you stop.
I'd like to try that game in the future, like with characters, and see how far we could go if we could get through the whole alphabet.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Be interesting. Well, Emily, congrats. You take the win of the day here, and we'll be right back. We actually have some really something special for you in the discussion topic today.
Surprise guest.
So stay tuned, and you get to meet our super surprise guest. welcome back, everybody. And we are super, super excited here because today on our discussion topic, we actually have a guest host to come in and have the Disney discussion topic with us. And I am super excited that she agreed to come on and join us. You may recognize her from TikTok and all of her fun skits with her and going around the different parks and everything that she does. So I'm going to let her actually introduce herself here, tell a little bit about herself, and we're going to roll into today's discussion topic. So, Kelsey, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. This is my first podcast I've been on. So this is really exciting.
See, look at that. We will forever have that memory now.
For sure. Well, my name's Kelsey Conkling. I am the creator behind Disney with Kels. And my main thing that I do, of course, is Disney skits, Disney-related skits. I have a few characters, but the main character is Stacy. She has a son, Braxton, and they are the main focus of most of my skits. I think in the Stacy playlist on TikTok, there is like 207 videos now.
I've calculated that much already.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. So I've been making the skits, Disney-related skits, for about 3.5 years. And I feel like my followers came on like a little slowly. So like I had some go viral, got a little bit more and more. I've had several different characters, but the one that people really tend to like is Stacy. And if people don't know, she's more of like what we would call like a Karen character.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, she's just ridiculous. And yeah, so TikTok, it started off with TikTok, and then I've now moved on also to, I have a Facebook page, and I'm starting my YouTube channel with my very own podcast, and that episode is releasing on the 5th. So
Nice.
Perfect. So that means by the time everybody's watching this, it will have dropped yesterday. So that means the episode will be live, and we're going to tag her channel in the description below. So you can definitely go over to her channel as well and check out her brand new podcast. We can speak from experience. Launching a podcast is always
It's so much work.
It's a lot of fun, but
it's so much more work than we thought it would be.
yeah. I'm tending to notice that because even just, filming for one, my camera that I got that I thought was this really nice camera off of Amazon just dropped the video twice during the recording. So it was just a black screen. So I had to fill in with all these random pictures and videos that sort of have to do with what I was talking about, but maybe not really. Yeah. And then, just the editing took me a long time, but it was fun because I got to talk about things I love.
Worst is when you get through a whole episode and there's no audio at the end.
Yeah.
Turns out either the mics weren't plugged in or we had 2 videos we recorded. We had like 45 minutes worth of content and we went back and there was 0 audio. You just see on the screen and we're like, move away.
One time
I would give up.
Our recorder failed. So like we had a whole episode recorded and then we tried to get it and the disc went corrupt.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's fun times.
So I gotta ask, where did the inspiration for Stacy and Braxton come from? Is it like based off somebody like a friend or family member, or is it like you just were trying to think of the most Karen Disney person you can? Like, where's the inspiration for that came from?
Yeah, so when I go to the Disney park, so I don't live in Florida. I live in Arkansas, and that a lot of people think I live in Florida. So I don't go to the parks very often, but when I do, I usually go either by myself or with my mom, and we tend to like split up a lot of times, even when we're with like together. And so I spend a lot of time people watching. And
I best at Disney. I love
yes, it is. There's so many characters, both fictional and real, that you can see there. But I would just watch people and I'm like, some of these people just are really miserable, and it's really unfortunate, and they tend to take it out on the cast members a lot. And I was just like, these cast members are working so hard and are making magic for all these people who don't appreciate it. And of course, it's definitely not the majority. The people who don't appreciate it are in the minority for sure. But with the skits, my very first character wasn't even like a Karen. Her name was Sue Ann. If you scroll way down in my profile, you can find those. She was my first character, and she was kind of like this. It was, the title of the thing was The Mom Who Did no research about Disney World goes to Disney World. So she was saying all these things that weren't true, and it was during COVID times. And so I was like, okay, people like this whole character thing. And so I kind of just wrote on the coattails of people who did like customer service skits of like Karens. And so I was like, yeah, I should portray someone at Disney who kind of acts that way and show people how not to act at the parks. And that's my big thing, is like, I sort of sprinkle in like Disney tips and tricks in there too. Because I'm like, you know, she was mad that she didn't get seated because she had 4 people at her reservation when she only booked it for 1. And so now people know, oh, you need to add everyone, even infants, to your reservation or whatever. So that's kind of my thing. It's like, I want people to appreciate cast members, to know like how not to act, and then adding in some education about how Disney World works in general.
I know we all 3 of us thought you were a cast member until we talked to you. Because that's kind of like your brand. Like, I know all 3 of us thought you were a cast member. And if you go to TikTok and search Disney cast member, you come up.
Yeah, that's also, very big misconception among the people who watch my videos. But I'm a social worker, actually. So, and a lot of people are like, oh, you're a social worker. Like, you work with the general public. I'm like, yeah, I work with the general public and people who tend to be upset in their situation a lot of times and take it out on us. So I feel like I draw some inspiration from that too, because I see how people act when they're not happy either.
That would be a lot.
You know, it's funny too, because about 2 episodes ago, we didn't show your TikTok, but we referenced your TikTok because we were doing a whole thing on the Disney guide that you could buy online for low price.
Yes.
And we put in a video from Travel Agent Will, another Disney TikToker, mentioned that one. And then we even mentioned, people are starting to skit it. And it's funny because your skit was the inspiration for that discussion topic, because then we kind of walked it backwards, found your thing, and then found what people were talking about, and then found that insanely ridiculous guide to Disney World. That was...
Yeah, we had a skit first.
Yeah.
And then found out what it was about.
And kind of walk through it. But I guess the question with that is, do you do skits, like, do you get a lot of people that send you stories from their trips to Disney that you use? Or, like, how much of that is your own experiences in Disney versus fans sending you either actual videos of, cast members getting yelled at, or just verbally what they experienced?
Yeah, for sure. So some of the skits are from people sending me those, and I usually tag the person in them. And I have a playlist called Real Disney Stories that I tend to put them in if they're not like directly with Stacy in it or something like that. But honestly, most of them, because I post every day, most of them I just make up, and they are not like actually true events that actually happened. And I never claim to say that they did happen.
Sure.
However, they are all based on things that like people probably have gotten close to doing, or
it's all possible that it could have happened.
Right,
yes,
some
for
of the stuff
sure.
really is so believable that I could definitely see this happening. In the parks, just like how I've seen people behave, or how people interact with the cast members, or just families interacting with each other. So a lot of them are still very believable. That is something that people have seen actually happen.
Yeah.
I feel like the stress of getting ready for a Disney vacation, and then if you get on a Disney vacation with your whole family and you are just at that breaking point, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You just explode.
Yeah, that's one of my like soapbox things, is like the theme park or just vacation psychology. Like when people, especially Disney, because it is very expensive, especially when you're taking your entire family, we all sort of feel a little bit sense of entitlement because we spent all this money. Like, yeah, I spent all this money, I deserve a specific experience. But then the people who don't go very often, or it's this once in a lifetime thing, and something doesn't go exactly how they wanted it to go because they were over planning, or something happened like the weather, and they're like, okay, who's an easy target? Cast members usually, or their kids. Let's be real, which is unfortunate as well. But
so true.
yeah.
Well, and it's funny you say that because that kind of tees off into what our description or what our discussion topic is for today, and that is things over the last 5 years that you're happy Disney changed and things that you're not happy that Disney changed. And I think that goes right to a heart of the piece of it. You take so much money, you take so much time, and you're trying to plan this great vacation, and then Disney goes and changes the rules on you without even realize, like, you can't plan for some of that. Like the Lightning Lane multi-pass switch up, you had 30 days notice. You didn't know that was happening. And, with all the COVID changes that they had and stuff, it really, like, you could have the rug pulled out from under you. And after all that planning and time and money and effort and getting everybody to Florida and to get there, that can definitely be frustrating. It can definitely add to the aggravation of the stress of the trip, just naturally for something you didn't have any control over. So, what is your favorite thing and least favorite thing that Disney has changed in the last 5 years? I will say my least favorite is that Disney eliminated the package delivery service from the parks to the resorts. I love going shopping, and half the time it's first thing in the morning. You're walking down Main Street, you go into Emporium, or you're on Hollywood Boulevard and you're going through all the shops. But then I don't want to carry around 3 t-shirts or a big pillow or whatever else I happen to find. Mugs that will break if I get on and off the ride too many times. Yeah. Like, it was so nice having the ability to walk up and be like, I'm staying on property, fill out a little paper, and your stuff was to you the next day. It was real easy. And I hate that they have not brought that back.
Yeah, I miss it dearly because especially when you're going to Epcot and how many shops there are in Epcot.
Yeah.
I loved having them package it up for you, and then that they would send it to your hotel and you wouldn't have to carry all that stuff around. Because think about with World Showcase, if you're buying something in every single country, who wants to carry all of that around?
Yeah.
Especially now with Guardians of the Galaxy, the ride, like the rides are upping its ante in some of these parks. Like, who wants to bring some of that stuff on there with you?
Yeah. I will say, I think my least favorite change, it's kind of a basic answer. But I hate Genie Plus with every bone in my body. I hate Genie Plus so bad. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Why did we get rid of Fast Pass? Nobody was upset with it.
So are you?
Oh, come on. You know why.
Yeah,
you know why.
Everybody
It's just like, no one was, it didn't need changed, and then they changed it, and it's so much worse. It's so bad that they had to turn around and be like, okay, we screwed up, we're changing it again.
But you're still forking over how much money in an individual ride.
It's insane, but that's my least favorite.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a discussion on the last episode about the Lightning Lane multi-pass. I can't say that. But Kelsey, what's your opinion on this with this whole change thing? I mean, you're a Disney goer, you're a Disney fan, you understand the intricacies of it. I mean, better change, worse change, what are you feeling?
So, of course, I preferred the original Fast Pass Plus system, but like when it changed to Genie Plus, well, during COVID when we didn't have any of that, I was like, this is perfect because they're not having to let in a whole bunch of Fast Pass people through the line. And so the wait times ended up being lower overall, and park attendance was low as well, capacity. But I have not used Genie Plus at all. I've been several times since it's been a thing, and I haven't used it. So I don't really know if it was like super frustrating. I am a wanderer around the parks, and so I just ride the People Mover over and over, ride the Carousel of Progress, and so I felt like I didn't really need to use it. But for somebody who is trying to get all of the rides done at once, like, I would probably want to use it. But then again, it's so expensive, especially if you're buying for your whole family. And I did buy one individual for Tron because I was impatient and didn't want to wait for my boarding group. But I do feel like the way they're changing it to now sort of looks like the old Fast Pass system. So I think I'd prefer that over what they're doing before. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever actually use it because I'm like, I'm not paying. It's just the principle of the thing. I'm like, I'm not paying for these Fast Passes. I will just wait in line because sometimes you want to see the queue too. Notice things that you hadn't before. So that's my opinion.
It's funny. Like, sometimes you don't realize the queues are different Like a good example, when I was at Disneyland Paris and I did the Marvel coaster, Kat does not like coasters. She won't ride them. So I tend to do either the single rider lanes or I'll do an individual pass if I can buy it or whatever, and then just zip through. And so I rode the coaster like twice and went through the single rider lane the one time, and then I had a fast pass first thing in the morning. So I went through those. And then like the last day I was there, I was like, I want to ride it again. It was a short line. So I was like, all right. So she waited in line with me. And we went through this whole other queue with like this.
It was like a museum type.
Yeah, it was like a life-size Iron Man in there, and like all the the whole screen was digitalized and like Marvel. And I was like, I didn't see any of this last 2 times I rode this. I didn't even know it was there.
Well, think about with Peter Pan's Flight.
That was the other one I was
Magic
thinking
Kingdom,
of.
when they redid all that, look how much stuff you get to see. I just for the first time went through it because I always would get the
like a fast pass.
Fast Pass, Genie Plus. But for the Christmas party, we went through the regular line. I was like, holy moly, like it was just so awesome and immersive.
Shadow. I love
that.
You miss out on that if
fun.
you're going through the regular line. Sorry, if you go through like the Fast Pass or Genie Plus line.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really excited to try the queue at Disneyland for Runaway Railway because they have like that huge like Mickey Mouse Historian Museum. And everyone knows I'm a Mickey Mouse historian.
Yes, you are.
That's my thing. So like I want all the vintage Mickey Mouse brand stuff. I'm very excited to see all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's interesting sometimes. Like, yeah, shortcutting the line, but you know, Disney tries to make it even in the regular line at least like somewhat enjoyable or tolerable. Like, look at Winnie the Pooh, where they have that little playground for the kids or the different like hands-on activities. Yeah, and they have that whole screen where you can like wipe away the honey. Like, why don't we have that on other rides?
I like one thing that's really special about that Winnie the Pooh queue is just like they say they can't do that on all the rides because they don't have the space or they don't have the possibility to do it. But like there's no space in that queue. You are shoulder to shoulder with the next people, and they found ways to squeeze it in.
Yeah.
And you didn't need to be inside in a big building. Like they added screens outside. Like I don't know. They did a really good job with Winnie the Pooh.
They did.
It made it go. It makes it go way faster. Because even if you're not the ones playing with it, watching the kids play with it, it's just really fun. And everyone of all ages likes the honey wall. So
yeah, that's fun. Kelsey, what's your least favorite?
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say Genie Plus 2 because I think it just overcomplicated things. But honestly, gosh, I'm not a huge fan of virtual queues. I will say that, and I think it's just because, especially when it first started for Rise of the Resistance, like pre-COVID, you had to be in the park, like scanned into the park at 7 a.m. or whenever it was, 8 a.m. I don't remember. It was early, and so that just was another thing we had to plan around. But now too, it's 7 a.m. and I'm like, I don't get up early when I'm there. And so setting multiple alarms, I'm like, this is stressing me out. Like I would rather just go and wait in line. And I understand why they do it for the new rides because the lines would be astronomically long. I get it, but I still don't like it. Like I feel like if you want to ride a ride that badly, you'll wait in the line, no matter how long it is. But I do get the spirit behind it.
See, it's funny. That was going to be my favorite of the last 5 changes. Virtual queue. I mean, I get your point. I don't like about virtual queues. If you're not in the queue at like 6:59, 58 seconds, 7 o'clock hits, boom. Otherwise, it's already out, and you're done. You're screwed. But I liked it when it first started. I liked the principle of virtual queues. You can go ride regular rides, go see shows, watch the Festival Fantasy Parade or whatever, and then eventually get to go ride Tron. You don't have to spend 4 hours waiting for Tron. Because I think that line for like when Tron launched, finally, after 20 some years of it, feels like a decade waiting for it to be built. That thing would have been all the way through the queue and probably past Space Mountain down towards People Mover, waiting in line for that. So I love the concept of virtual queues. I'm happy they do them. I wish they could figure out some of the glitches behind them a little bit better because I hate that, you're sold out within 4 seconds. And if you aren't on, then you're just, screwed until 1 o'clock and then you do it again. But I kind of was happy they put that in. It lets you kind of work your day around a little bit and still get to ride some of the big stuff.
and you don't have to pay for a virtual queue, which is the next
That
thing I'm
is
looking for. Is you got to pay for a virtual queue entrance, but I at least appreciate that they created that and didn't make you pay for it.
I get her point though, because I don't like getting up early.
No, I'm there. That's what I'm saying. I wish it was a better system.
Well, because the bad thing is that there are some Disney resorts that wherever you're staying, you have good like cell phone service, or good Wi-Fi. But there are times when it is terrible. And I remember trying the one time at 7 a.m. trying to get into it, and my signal for Wi-Fi and cell phone service was horrible.
Yeah.
So then I kind of woke up everyone in the room by me being the crabby, trying to it's not working. It's not working. We need to get this first.
Well, and I also I feel for the people, especially the people maybe coming internationally who didn't know this one thing, if they wanted to ride Tron or something, if I went to, I don't know, Disneyland Paris or something, I hardly know anything about that. Of course, I would obsessively do my research, but what I'm saying is if you know all these other things and you're like, okay, I got my advanced dining reservations, I got my resort, I'm doing all these things, I know the park hours, and then you get to the park and you see Tron and you're like, that is so cool, guys, we got to go ride that. And they're like, actually, you can't because you didn't get virtual queue earlier in the day. So sorry about your luck.
You know what I wish they did is, rather than a virtual queue, I wish they used that system that Universal, their water park, Volcano Bay
The Tapu.
Yeah, the Tapu. So they for anybody that doesn't know,
It's the old school fast pass system.
Essentially, but you tap the thingy and then it gives you the return time.
But you have to go to the entrance of that ride to be able to tap into it. Basically, going back to the old G, the tickets. You had to go to that. You had to go to that ride, put your card in the thing, and it would spit you out a ticket to come back at whatever time.
And I'm not saying on every ride, but rather than the virtual queue, so that way it's not oh, who can wake up and sign into this first? It's if you're there and you're at the ride, it's only fair that you should get the chance to ride.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that would make sense.
And I think to Kelsey's point, that makes sense. How many people don't get up at 7 a.m. or don't want to get up at 7 a.m.? And, that was the other thing with Paris, that the time change threw me off. And our sleep schedule was all kinds of bonkers because we flew in and spent 2 days in London and then took the train and went to 2 days in France, in Paris City, and then went to Disneyland Paris. And by the time we got to Disneyland Paris, we were A, tired. It was 4 days of exploring two big cities, but B, that time change had me so screwed up. If you're in, was it 5 hours? I think it was 5 hour difference. I don't remember off the top of my head, 4 or 5 hours. But if you think of that in reverse, somebody coming to Florida with that time change, they may have to sleep in. They may their body just is no, this is sleep time. So I wish you're right. I would like to see that change. If we could go back to, you have to be scanned in the park, you have to go to that ride, first come, first serve for those who are there, rather than just those who can actually wake up early.
That would be another nice thing they could add to Magic Band Plus. Maybe if you just scanned your Magic Band and then
it's connected to your account.
Yeah. It would give you a return time. I don't know. I feel like that would be
the only other pain in the butt with that, which I was this devil advocate moment. When you did those OG fast passes, you had to have your ticket for everybody that was in the park. So I remember a lot of times we want the sword and fast pass. And my mom would hand me a stack of cards with mine, my dad, my sisters, and then I would just run ahead and then start feeding them in. So with your Magic Band, the only problem you run into is you'd have to have your whole party get to the ride at the same time.
Big keychain. Everyone put Magic Bands on. Bing, bing, bing.
We'll make a necklace out of it. That would be the only drawback to that. You'd have to have everybody in the same place, same time.
Make a big Thanos glove. Have everyone Magic Bands. Beat everybody.
Yes. 100% yes.
Each gem could be a different
answer.
Where's the popcorn bucket? I've got that Thanos popcorn bucket upstairs. We'll go put it in and tap everybody's thing.
Well, and the thing too with that, if they went back to that old system, just with Magic Bands, it would be a mad dash to all the big ones, big rides at the very beginning of the day too. And it's like rope drop, but then I think about the people that can't move very quickly, and so then they might miss out on getting there.
More scooters running us over.
That's true. That's true. But I'm like, I don't move very quickly anymore. So I'm just like, I don't know if I would want to do the mad dash to go do that. Like, I want everything to have a normal line.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
That's fair.
Yeah.
The other thing they could do is like close the line if it gets too far, and then be like, well, we're closing for the hour it takes to get through all these people.
Yeah.
And then whoever's closest in an hour when we open it up, then they get the chance to be in the front or whatever.
You know, that is like in a spur off,
That.
whether it's in the queue or not. I wish Disney did do a little bit better of the line management, if you will. Like, you see lines getting to 2 hours in length, like, cut it off or figure out a better way to manage it. And the other thing is, too, I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but the last couple of times I've been in the parks, I feel like the wait times are inflated. Like, 7D was posting an hour and 20 minutes, and we wrote it in 40 minutes.
Oh.
And we had a couple of times Winnie the Pooh was like 50 minutes, and we were on in like 25. And don't get me wrong, that's a good thing in the sense that I thought I was going to wait an hour, and I got on in half the time. But I also feel like that throws off the planning of your day. And I've noticed it more and more recently. I feel like the wait times are getting inflated.
I actually just learned something really interesting about that.
Okay. Care to share with the class?
Yeah. Did you know that the employees there don't change the wait signs at all? That's not, they have to measure with the red cards.
Yeah.
They have to measure the lines. If they notice that the line has changed, they have to call their shift supervisor, and the shift supervisor has to call the management. There's a term for it, but online
Right, line time management guy.
There's this guy for that. He goes on his computer and changes it digitally, and then once it's digitally changed first, then they're allowed to change the sign.
Yeah,
But
I mean, that makes sense.
Measure it,
That
call the
sounds
guy.
complicated.
I know.
It's Disney. Do they ever not complicate
They
something?
have to measure it, call it, change it, and then change it.
Huh.
Which I thought was really excessive. Why not just, it's
You know
long.
what? That makes sense because there are times that the time on the app does not match the time that's on the actual signs. Now that you're bringing that up,
They always change the app first because there's like a computer guide.
I was like, run to this right. Then you're like, oh,
Oh, never mind.
Isn't that like
that makes sense now.
You know, that's the worst too. When your app doesn't update and it shows like Space Mountain's got a 30-minute wait. And you're like, yeah, you run over there and it's an hour and 10 minutes. And you're like,
Literally.
never mind. Oh, that is the worst.
Literally.
Well, Jen, what's your favorite or your least favorite?
So when I go to Disney, I don't rent a car. I like to stay in the Disney bubble. So I would always take the Magical Express.
Yeah.
And I would take that and go to my Disney resort. And that's how you start out your trip. And then depressingly, you got to get back on it to go home, to go to the airport. That is something I just loved, the system of it. And I was so disappointed when they decided to snag that from us, that it wasn't included anymore. And you had to do, it was very simple as to the point. But they snagged it from us, and now they're having you figure out your mode of transportation. They still have Mears Connect. So that is, you're basically, some of the buses are still the same from Magical Express. Yeah, but so what I will do is I use Mears Connect. So that's what I've been doing. It doesn't cost that much money. So for me, I feel like it's very cost efficient. It's still the same system of them picking you up, taking you to your place. I just wish it was still all included.
Yeah.
There were so many things Disney for so long had it included, with their prices and everything. And now they're just one by one snatching up, and they're making us pay more when then you keep increasing your park tickets. You're increasing your hotel, how much it is to spend a night there. And then if you drive a car there, or rent a car, then you're paying for your car to be parked there. So I just feel like there's more loops and loops that now they're making you pay for every little thing, when Disney was very good about that for years, where things were included.
It had that all-inclusive resort feel to it.
So I'm disappointed that they did that, because I feel like, honestly, Disney makes enough money. I feel like that there was a way they could network it or something to still make that happen.
Yeah.
Like, they're not making us they're not making us pay for the buses to get around property. Knock on wood.
They won't do that. That's a bridge too
You
far for
never
them.
know.
No, only because otherwise there's no real way to access it. Like you would actually decapitate yourself because there's no way to
open up like Uber portals.
Well, not only Uber portals, but like, let's say you're staying at All-Star Resort for a minute. It doesn't matter which one. There's no way you're walking to Magic Kingdom. There's no way there would be no physical way to get there, which means people who are going to Disney wouldn't be able to go to Disney. Like, I don't think that one will ever change, only because you're kind of decapitating yourself.
I guess you got Skyliner.
Yeah, I mean, you've got other modes depending on the hotel that you're at, but, you know, I don't know. And you know, we'll see. But I don't think they'll do that. But I do miss Magical Express. That was nice and easy.
Yeah.
Though even then, towards the end, I kind of got bougie and started buying Ubers anyways.
I get Ubers every time. I like to feel I like to feel special just for the start of my trip. I'm like, oh yes, chauffeur, take me to the resort. I'll happily oblige. Here's your $60.
Oh boy, yeah.
You know, it can have a payoff though, because sometimes with Magical Express, it would take you 2 hours. Like by the time you got down, waited in line, got assigned a bus, loaded the bus with everybody on it, and then drove it. If you weren't the first resort, if you were the third resort on the list, you got 15 minutes to stop. It could be 2 hours. Whereas in Uber, I'm on Disney property like 20 minutes. Like, boom, I'm there, man. Dropping my stuff off at the front because my room's not ready, and I'm catching a bus and I'm in a park within an hour. Like, you're there. It can be worth it for an Uber. Honestly, recently, like when we take weekend trips, it even becomes more worth it to rent a car. Orlando rent-a-cars are so cheap. I've been renting cars for like $15 a day.
Oh,
and
cheap?
Oh yeah, it's in like you can catch some really good deals on rental cars, especially if you're only staying like 1 or 2 days. You'll pick up some bottom of the list car that they hadn't rented out yet. You get it for like the one time we went, I paid $17 for 2 days. Like that was my total out the door. Yeah. Like rental cars are ridiculously cheap in Orlando. You can get some really good deals. Now, there's been other times where like we went down like beginning of July and they were hyped up because it's the middle of summer, middle of tourism season. But like the one trip we took in February, I literally paid $17 for 2 days. Like you can get some very cheap rental cars. Yeah, it's great. So it gets even cheaper. You're paying, I mean, what's Mirrors? About $12 each way? Is it a little cheaper than that now? Because I know they also came up that new public transit that was like $2, but
I can't think on the top of my head how much it is.
I want to say 12. So we'll say 10 just for hypothetical. So for 2 people, $20, so $40 round trip, and I got a rental car for $17. Like you can get some really cheap ways to get over to Disney property. Don't be afraid to look at a rental car because sometimes it actually.
Yeah, sorry. I will say though, like if you are between the ages of 18 and 24, they are very expensive because they'll charge you that insurance. Because I just turned 25. Well, not just, it was 6 months ago. But I'm like, I haven't been able to rent a car because they add like hundreds of dollars of insurance just because like you're a young driver.
I'm not 24 yet.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'll just do Uber because I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I don't even think they'll let me rent a car. I think you have to be 21.
Yeah, you have to be 21 usually.
Because I'm 20 and I'm not 21 yet.
22.
Mm-hmm. You can get a U-Haul at 18.
25.
You really? Oh my gosh. There you go. I'll rent a U-Haul. I'll take all the suitcases.
Well,
there's Emily riding out of California 3 days early.
But it's just sad, like how you're saying like the rental cars are in Florida, but then we were looking for D23. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean the other advantage
it's inflated because it's like busy.
Well, I will say this too. The other advantage is too, like when it's just me and Kat going down, we get some small economy car. Like the one time I drove an EV, a Polestar 2. The one time it was like a Toyota Camry. Like we don't get big cars. When all of us were going to California, we got to rent like a van. I mean, we're 5 of us plus suitcases and carry-ons. Like you got. So unfortunately, vans are going to be a lot more expensive than like some cheap little economy car. But yeah, but I favor Ubers. In my line now, it's rental cars, Ubers, then Mirrors Connect, only because I can really get there just faster and faster and faster. But I do miss Magical Express. And that was fun. You had that little like movie that would play while you were driving over to Disney properties.
Smell, like sometimes they'd have like that orange scent smell, like from the hotels.
Yeah.
When I would get on it, it would
I don't
smell
remember
like
that.
all-star resorts when you would get on it.
I didn't think it smelled like oranges, but I know the scent you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah.
about.
I don't know.
Like the resort scent, yeah. I don't think it smells like oranges though.
Why do I not know what scent this is? I'm like baffled right now. What do you mean there's a scent?
Watch, it's just cleaner. Get peanut on a seat.
You should smelling species. I feel like you should know this scent.
I guess I just never noticed
Like
it.
we did it on every trip growing up.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't pay attention to scents. What do I know?
My favorite thing that's changed in the last 5 years, as switching things a little bit.
Let's go positive. I'm there.
This is going to be controversial because I think you're going to disagree with me.
Oh, goody. Oh, goody.
What is it?
However, I have zero patience, and I really enjoy the credit that Disney is giving to the media now, and I enjoy being able to fully watch a ride that's brand new before I get there, and the fact that they released like the full POV of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I've ridden it like 3 times, and I haven't been there yet, and I like 6 years ago, I wouldn't have been able. It would have been some shaky guy hiding his camera down there because he was going to get in trouble. But now they do full access media before the ride's even opened. And I really enjoy that because they've given a lot more attention to media credentials the last few years.
Yes, and Disney influencers. Disney, call us.
Yeah.
All 4 of us are ready and willing. Call us.
They don't want to work with me. I think I'm too negative and semi-controversial. But I
all the time.
But I'm like, I feel like for me, I don't do spoilers at all. Like I try to avoid them at all cost because I want to experience it in person for the first time. So I haven't watched anything for Tiana's, and I'm going to Disneyland for the first time this March with my mom. And I've watched like 1 or 2 Tim Tracker videos about like their Disneyland trips. But other than that, I'm like, I'm not watching on ride POVs because I want to be surprised. So I like that it's the option for people like you, Emily, that like want to see it beforehand, but not for me.
See, I'm with you on this. I 100% don't like. I did not like. I basically got off TikTok because I was going down for the pass holder preview for Tiana's Bayou. So like I knew like with the media preview stuff and those that could do the previews, we got down to like 3rd or 4th preview. Like I stayed off TikTok. I stayed off YouTube because I don't want to watch
jump
the
scare.
spoilers. Yeah, like I want to experience it live. I want to do it, and I can appreciate where people who either can't go or aren't going to get soon or anything like that want to watch it. But I'm with you. I don't want to do the spoilers. I want to go experience it. And sometimes the POVs don't do it justice one way or another.
No.
Which is true.
Crush's coaster, when I watched it on YouTube, it looked fun. It looked simple. Crush's coaster, when I rode it in real life, I think we threw up in the bushes when we got off. So, I mean, quite a different experience versus expectation on that one. But, you know, and then too, like with Tiana's, I feel like the POVs, like after I wrote it, I went back and watched a few, and I don't think they gave it justice in the other way. Those animatronics were amazing. The experience is so cool, and you don't really see that in a POV. Like some of the effects that are not necessarily caught on a camera, different lighting or different sounds or smells, you can't see or hear that or taste that in a video where you can when you're in there live. So
don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the video's better than the real thing.
Oh, no.
I still want to go see it. But at least this way, I don't feel like I'm totally out of the loop.
Yeah.
Because, like, with this Disneyland trip we're about to do, like, I'm definitely not going to get to Disney World by the end of the year at all.
Right.
It's going to be a while till I get to see Tiana's in person. And at least this way, I don't feel like I'm out of the loop. Like, I feel like I've watched it. And I'm kind of like that kind of person in general. I have to have all the information going into it. I need to absorb and know everything. I'm a total know-it-all. And even more than that, I like going back and like, how was this ride built and who invented it? Like
the true Disney historian.
We'll be sitting there in like a 2-hour line, and I will tell them the story of how the ride was built.
It's nice.
I need to have all the information.
So I think we've gone around. Kelsey, what's your favorite change in the last 5 years?
I really like all the new stuff. And I know a lot of people are very anti-change in the Disney community sometimes, especially with like Epcot. But man, y'all, I love Guardians. I love that they changed Splash Mountain to something that was like more of a recent movie. I love Tron. Like I love new stuff because I feel like every if I went so often as I do, which I mean is like 2 to 3 times a year, and it was the exact same every single time, I probably wouldn't want to go back. And I think that is the point. And a lot of people, especially like the Epcot purists, is what I think people call them. They're like, oh, I want it to go back to where it was in the 80s. I'm like, do you though? Because we have all that technology in the palm of our hand now. So it doesn't really make sense anymore.
So cool. They do such a good job at updating them.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of updating them. I like to see the new updates and the new rides. Like, I feel like if you stop adding new stuff, then it's not as fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear though, if they ever touch Carousel of Progress, I will riot.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, they updated it once every like 10 years. I just did a little research on it for my.
Yeah, they haven't changed the storyline. That's what I'm like.
The story has to stay, but if they updated the future scene, I'd be okay with that.
No.
Because the future scene is like 3 years ago now.
It still looks like the 90s to me.
Yeah, and like that's half the fun of it. Like it's like when you watch Back to the Future and the date was like 2015 and they're in hover cars and the Jaws is coming at you. Like it's my hover car. Like it's 2024. I want my hover car. But that's what makes it fun because that back in the 80s and the 50s and the 40s, like that's what they thought the future was going to look like. So I was like, they touch my Carousel of Progress, I will riot.
No,
I will chain myself to that theater, and they will have to get through me to change that theater.
Leave the other ones alone, but I'd be okay if they update the future scene.
Stop it. Bad. Bad.
You know what they really need to update is the Tomorrowland Speedway. I can't stand the Tomorrowland.
Yes.
Y'all, I took my niece on it in March because I was like, I don't ever ride this, but I had a 2-year-old, and so I'm like, okay, she wants to ride it, we're going. And just the fumes from the gasoline, I'm like, why can't we change these to electric vehicles of some sort? But also, it takes up so much space in Tomorrowland. That could be something else,
Well, and the other thing is, I think it needs a theming upgrade. Like, I'm not advocating we do make it cars or something, but like redecorate the cars so they're like Disney characters.
You know what would be really cute is if they rethemed it to like Wreck-It Ralph, like Vanellope's racing cars or something.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that would be cute. Sugar Rush.
Yes.
That would be so cute.
That could be cute, but I'm saying like on a basic level, I agree. We should get rid of some of those gas cars. I don't know why they're not electric at this point. I feel like Disney's spending so much money on fuel on those things and everything else, but repaint them so it's the Ariel car, it's the Simba car, it's the Merlin car. Like you could really do a basic theming upgrade on that too, because it really is just kind of those cars don't look like they're in the best shape, and I mean they've been getting beat the crap out of for years anyways.
As a bigger human,
yeah,
those cars are so uncomfortable. I would not ride the Speedway unless I was like you, unless I was taking a small child who really wanted to. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, no, your knees are like in your elbows. You're like, then they hit somebody, and then your elbow goes like into your knee, and you're like, never mind, I'm done.
And you can't actually steer because it just goes dunk, 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 dunk the whole time. I just hit my lamp.
By the end of it, you probably got a little bit of concussion because you're just like smacking your. Yeah, I agree. Tomorrowland Speedway definitely needs some type of
update for sure.
Honestly, I'd be happy if they just gutted it and put in something else. I mean,
it'd be okay.
Yeah,
there's so much land on that too. You could probably fit like 2 new attractions in the amount of land that thing takes up. Would anybody really be upset? Like, I feel like you come in, you're like, we're taking out Carousel of Progress. You get a lot of people that'd be angry.
Yeah, I don't think people really have attachment issues to that, so no. I don't think it's be that big of a deal.
Surprised they haven't taken it out already, to be honest. Especially like
rumors that they were turning it into electric cars. Like I've heard that before, but that was like years ago and nothing's ever changed. So it's like, okay, either fix it or leave.
Get Tesla to sponsor it.
There you go.
I mean,
Well, continuing on with the ride stuff, my favorite thing that has been added in the last 5 years is actually the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway ride.
Oh, that's a good one.
That has to deal with
That's my favorite ride.
Yeah.
I am happy that they added something new that is a nice ride for everyone, especially people who do not like thrill rides. For me, I'm not going to go on Tron. I tried Guardians of the Galaxy. It freaked me out. I actually almost passed out when I was on it.
Oh,
So
no.
I appreciate those type of rides where it is very inclusive.
Yeah.
That it's a brand new thing. It's fun. It's so bright and colorful. It's just a fun ride all in general. So that's my thing. I'm glad that they added a new ride that was not just for thrill seekers.
Yeah. And it's really impressive, the projection mapping that they did in that ride.
Yes.
You know, you feel like you're in the middle of that ocean there when you're riding down, and you know, it's so incredible how they were able to put that together. I'm very impressed with Runaway Railway. I do love that ride.
Mhm.
That is a cute one.
That's one of my
I do miss Great Movie Ride though.
That's the bad thing that they got rid of it.
Like I will say, I did like Great Movie Ride. I wish it had gotten some updates, but wish they hadn't gotten rid of it. However, Runaway Railway is
should have
really
done
impressive.
What they should have done was completely update the Great Movie Ride, taken out Indiana Jones and put Minnie Runaway Railway there, and you could have done the.
Yeah, but they had to build a whole new building, whereas with Great Movie Ride, it's like already there.
They did their own building.
That's true.
If you're gonna copy and paste something, at least copy and paste it. Don't copy and kind of paste it.
Yeah. Eh. Well, I think that was a fun. Honestly, that was a fun mix of good and bad. Like some fun different things, and yeah, no, we're positive. We're getting better positivity in this. We are not negative all the time, though Disney can make it so easy sometimes to just be so negative.
Very true. Very true.
Kelsey, we really appreciate you jumping on here and having the discussion with us, and you know, and really enjoy watching your TikToks and all the content you
Oh,
do.
thank
It's a lot
you.
of fun. We really appreciate it. Good luck with your podcast and it's launching.
Thank
and,
you.
like I said, remember her link will be down in the description there, so you can jump over to her channel. Make sure you subscribe to her channel first.
Yeah, do that. Do that
But-
first.
Her link will be down there. You jump over and subscribe to hers as well, so you can get all the fun, latest, and greatest Disney content from everybody. Of course, remember, if you are looking to go to Disney World, RGT Travels is always there to help you. You visit us online at rgttravels.com or hit us up on any of the social pages, and we will help you navigate the fun times that is dining plans and lightning lanes and everything else, and virtual queues and all the fun things that come with a Disney trip.
And
But
if you're a horrible client, we'll call Kelsey so she can make a skit about it.
yes, yes,
I'm always looking for stories.
Ah, there you go. So don't forget, subscribe and like the video below so you always get our content. Click the link and go over to Kelsey's and like hers so we can keep these podcasts going. And as always, guys, we hope we brightened your Disney day, and we'll see you here next time.
Thank you for listening to the Castle to Castle podcast. Make sure you check out our social media and visit us online at www.castletocastlepodcast.com. Be sure to tune in next time, and we will brighten your Disney day as usual.